New tonight on KGW News, friends and family shed light on the two people found stabbed to death in a Battleground home.
Tiffany's whole goal in life was just to help everybody and anybody that she made contact with.
Plus, tragedy averted, how law enforcement stopped what they call an imminent plan to attack a local mall. Then, the jabs keep coming as President Trump and Elon Musk's spat turns to public meltdown.
And I'll be honest, I think he misses the place.
And later,
it's a wonderful homage, but it's going to be bittersweet.
the comeback performance that's honoring the life of the iconic Darcel. Welcome to the news. I'm David Molko. We begin tonight with new insight into three people found stabbed in a Battleground home, with new court documents revealing that a husband is accused of killing his wife and her former partner, then wounding himself. Alma McCarty learned more about those two victims from friends and family tonight. Alma?
Well, David, friends described Tiffany Vella as a kind woman who worked as a nurse. She was separated from her husband, who is still in the hospital, but police say he will eventually face 2 aggravated murder charges.
Tiffany was a huge heart in a small package. Just the most genuine, amazing woman. I mean, that's really what she was to so many people. So many people.
That's how Zach Shaver will remember Tiffany Vella, his best friend.
One of those friends that just never left my side, 25 years or so now. Tiffany's my sister. That's what she is to me.
Shaver tells me he's still in shock after learning she was one of the 2 victims in a Battleground double homicide.
I didn't want to believe it. I could never imagine that it would have happened. That's not the person that we all knew and loved so much.
Tuesday morning, Battleground police responded to a disturbance call on Northeast 2nd Avenue. There, officers found 3 people inside the home with knife wounds. The 2 who died, Tiffany Vella and Spencer Jones, both 37 years old. Court documents reveal the pair were former partners.
There's a meanness in this world, There really is.
Jones' uncle weighing in on the tragedy.
I was shocked beyond belief. First of all, that anyone could do that to someone like him, no matter what.
The suspected killer, Evaristo Jr. Vella, still in the hospital with wounds officers say were self-inflicted. Though legally married, friends confirmed Tiffany and Jr. were separated and had just moved into separate homes. According to court documents, detectives matched a silver knife found in the house with a knife block at the suspect's Vancouver home.
For anybody that was in her life, she left a positive impact. And I think it's really important to remember her for that and not for what just happened.
Tiffany worked as a nurse with Kaiser Permanente. The hospital system sent KGW a statement saying, in part, Tiffany was beloved by her colleagues and patients for her kindness, selflessness, and compassion. She exemplified the true spirit of nursing, always prioritizing the care and well-being of her patients. David, back to you.
Remembering her for how she lived, not how she died. Thanks, Alma. Reminder, if you or someone you know is struggling, help is available 24/7. Just call or text 988. That's the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, which provides confidential support and crisis resources. Again, that number is 988. Tonight, the FBI has thwarted what it is calling an imminent plan for a mass shooting at the Three Rivers Mall in Kelso. Authorities say the suspect is a teenager from Columbia County. And warning, some of the details here are disturbing. Federal agents say they arrested that teen on May 22nd. They say the suspect had posted in an online chat just days early about detailed plans to detonate an IED, a chlorine bomb, to cause mass panic and then to open fire on shoppers as they ran for the exits. Authorities say they also seized 3 guns, ammunition, and 4 knives from the teen's home. They add the suspect had pledged support to several online extremist groups.
This case had every indication that it was imminent, and we believe the FBI, along with our partners, prevented a tragic event in our community.
Without going into detail here, the FBI says they were able to prevent the attack because they were informed about the suspect's alarming behavior. The Columbia County DA says the teen will be charged as a juvenile. Tonight, new security camera video obtained exclusively by KGW News shows the beginning of an attack that left 12 people injured at a Salem shelter. We want to warn you, while we have edited and blurred some of these images, they are still disturbing and difficult to watch. But it appears to contradict what the suspect told police, that he acted in self-defense. Investigative reporter Kyle Aboshi has the update.
Sunday, June 1st, 7:20 p.m. Surveillance video from inside the Union Gospel Mission in Salem shows the suspect, Tony Williams, drop his bag and take several swings at another man. He then turns to someone trying to intervene and lunges at them with the knife. Another man tries to calm the suspect when he too is stabbed repeatedly before falling to the ground. Williams continues to stab him even as the man gets up. The suspect then runs away, leaving behind a bloody crime scene and several victims suffering serious stab wounds. Outside the shelter, police say Williams stabbed others. In all, 12 people were injured. Officers arrested Williams nearby and say they recovered an 8-inch knife. He's charged with attempted murder and assault. Court records show the 42-year-old has a history of mental health issues and violence, including at least 3 prior cases in Deschutes County involving knives. Following his arrest in 2016, Williams was sent to the Oregon State Hospital for treatment after a mental health expert found him unfit to proceed. Over the next 9 years, he'd be in and out of mental health programs between arrest and jail, a cycle that continued Sunday, following his arrest for a stabbing spree at a homeless shelter. Kyle Aboshi, KGW News.
New tonight, Portland City Council has voted to significantly increase the settlement given to Black residents and descendants of those who were forced out of the Albina neighborhood decades ago. Attorneys for the city and the plaintiffs agreed on a $2 million settlement last week. But today, City Councilor Loretta Smith added an amendment to increase that to $8.5 million after hearing from plaintiffs who didn't feel the settlement was enough.
That in my heart and in my spirit, I am troubled that this agreement does not meet the moment or the standard of justice.
Those funds will be shared among 26 plaintiffs whose families were displaced in the 1960s to make way for development. The city says the cost will be shared by all bureaus, and the budget office will have to decide how it all shakes out. Now to a live look outside at the end of a beautiful day in the Rose City, and it looks like we are warming up even more heading into the weekend. Matt Savino's here with an update on a weather impact alert. Matt?
Yeah, David, that's right. You know, we warmed up a little bit today compared to yesterday, and will gradually warm up each day right up through Sunday and into Monday. So we've got our first weather impact alert for hot weather of the year, and we're going to be in the 90s, so we want to make sure you're ready for that. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I think Sunday and Monday will be the hottest days for sure. It's a moderate heat risk. This is not extreme or excessive, and as heat waves go, this is a pretty short one for us, couple 3 days, right? But think about staying hydrated, try not to overexert, especially on Sunday and Monday when we get our hottest temperatures. Portland right now is at 68 degrees, and we are running several degrees warmer than we were at this time last night. 10 warmer Scappoose, 9 warmer in Portland and Vancouver. So again, the warm-up has begun, and the nights will be warmer as well, but they shouldn't be too bad. So for the parade, 74 to 81. Definitely warm, definitely sunny. Have sunscreen ready for that for sure. We made 80 today, but again, we are headed for the 90s. Let's talk about what happens at the end of this heat wave a bit later, David.
Oh, here it comes. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. New at 11, what appears to be a very close call for a woman in Northeast Portland, a witness to violence who survived a hit and run and narrowly avoided getting shot. Catherine Cook is here with her story. Catherine?
David, a lot of chaos on a busy street with several innocent bystanders. Police say a total of 3 vehicles were hit with gunfire and 1 person was shot. Caught in the middle of all of it was Tracy King. Piles of shattered glass on Northeast 106th and Halsey. Remnants of a night Tracy King,
I don't know, it's kind of a little bit blurry.
Would rather forget.
This could have went so different.
Here's what's left of her car.
The whole front end was smashed. They totaled it.
Tracy says she hit a car that came out of nowhere and crossed in front of her. Right before that, she heard gunshots.
Bang, 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 bang.
She thinks it came from 2 different vehicles. 3 bullets hit her car.
That's the bullet hole that I was talking about in the windshield.
One barely missed her.
That one was the one that scared me the most.
Yeah. Tracy pulled over and called 911. She says the cars involved sped away and kept shooting. Police say a 15-year-old boy was hit and treated at the hospital.
There was just gunfire, a lot of shell casings.
Neighbors and police made sure Tracy was okay. Fortunately, her only injuries were bruises.
The police and everybody's just been like, keep saying how lucky I am, how lucky. You're so lucky. And I know that. Hi.
So does Tracy's daughter, Elizabeth.
Crazy that the bullets were so close. Sounds like there's a lot of unknowns, but we're just happy that she's safe and okay and still here with us.
Tracy's coworker started a GoFundMe to help with missed work and what car insurance won't cover.
Some very good people in this world. He's one of them. And the people that came out and helped me that day.
And Tracy says that's the only thing she wants to remember about this day. She hopes anyone who knows who's responsible for this comes forward.
It's just the right thing to do, to speak up and try and keep this from happening again.
PPB's Enhanced Community Safety Team is investigating the case. Anyone with information about what happened there is asked to call Portland Police. David.
Yeah, she's clearly been through so much. Thanks, Catherine. Appreciate your reporting there. To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now, in central Washington, investigators believe a father accused of killing his 3 daughters may be traveling near the Pacific Crest Trail in an area known as the Enchantments. Authorities have shut down campgrounds and trails in that area as they wrap up a 4th day of searching for Travis Decker. There's now a $20,000 reward for information that leads to his arrest. Tonight, donations have been pouring in for the mother of the girls, Olivia, Evelyn, and Peyton. A GoFundMe to help her pay for expenses as she deals with this unimaginable loss has now raised more than $1 million. Homeland Security says the asylum seeker arrested outside a Portland courtroom on Monday will not be immediately deported. The lawyers for the 24-year-old transgender woman say their client fled Mexico in 2023, escaping cartel violence directed at her because of her gender identity. When she arrived for her court hearing Monday, ICE lawyers sought to dismiss her case and then arrested her. According to Homeland Security, after she was detained, the woman said she feared being returned to Mexico and was referred for what's called a credible fear interview. Authorities say until that happens, and there is no date set yet, the woman will remain at the ICE processing center in Tacoma. And new tonight, the Longview City Council passed a resolution to get tougher on homeless camping. It directs city officials to aggressively enforce laws against camping, drug use, and littering in public spaces. That includes parks and city lots. The city says residents are justifiably outraged and that previous efforts have been insufficient, but some are also worried this policy will harm those on the streets who need help.
I feel that mental health complications as well as physical health complications are not taken into account when approaching something from a zero tolerance policy.
Penalties for unlawful camping in Longview can include fines up to $1,000 and jail time.